Shirilla case. Because they just found her guilty of murder yesterday.
What is Mackenzie?
This is that teenage girl in Strongsville. This was national news, maybe international news, where she was mad at her boyfriend, and so he and her and a friend of his were in the car, and she just gunned it to like 90 and drove into a wall.
Oh, man.
And the two of them get killed, and she's alive.
Okay, yeah.
How did I not hear about that?
That same with me. I'm like, how did I not hear about this until they found her guilty? Crux of the case, the prosecution was that she had threatened to do it earlier and I guess made some video about it. And so the jury came to the conclusion that it was her clear intent to do something like this. She's a 19-year-old girl. They found her guilty on 12 counts. Murder, felonious assault. There was a drug. Once they get you to that level, they're going to throw everything they possibly can in there.
Wow.
And the judge, reading the verdict, said this was not reckless driving. This was murder. Her parents looked shocked. I mean, with the case they had against her, it didn't sound good.
She alone decided what was to be. Mackenzie decided death was the ultimate goal that day. And she alone made that decision for Dominic and Davion. And she continuously acted in a manner to achieve her purpose. Whether or not she intended to also kill herself is a matter of speculation. They have no relevance to the weighing of the evidence in this case. The totality of the evidence clearly demonstrates that Mackenzie Shirilla acted purposely and intentionally in the early morning hours of July 31st, 2022, and her purpose was to kill Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan. No reasonable fact finder could view the totality of this evidence in this case and come to any other conclusion. Her actions were controlled, methodical, deliberate, intentional, and purposeful. This was not reckless driving. This was murder. Court renders the following verdicts. Count 1. The court, having had count 1 tried to pursuant to waiver, finds the defendant, Mackenzie Shirilla, guilty of murder, to wit Dominic Russo, in violation of Ohio Revised Code Section 2903.02a, is charged in count 1.
You stand her up and cuff her right there. I don't think I realized that they do that. Like, as soon as they say guilty of murder, she stands up, arms behind her back. They pan out, and the parents are out freaking out, obviously. But there's two families, well, three families now that are ruined because she's going to go to prison, and the other two guys that were in her car are dead. But I don't know how I mean, this isn't, at the very least, a national story. It got right by me. I didn't see anything about it at all. Mackenzie Shirilla, 19 years old, down there in Strongsville. Last summer, she accelerated her Toyota Camry into the Plidco building, a large brick building at the intersection of Progress and Alameda Drives in the Cleveland suburb of Strongsville. This is an NBC News write-up.
Because she was mad. Was he cheating on her or something? Or did they don't give details of the fight? Or
don't know.
Not that it excused it. I'm just wondering.
Well, I'll just read it as written. Police arrived at the scene. Some 45 minutes later, they found the car with severe damage and full airbag deployments. She was inside with her boyfriend and his friend. They were unconscious, not breathing, and trapped. She was taken to a local hospital. The two boys were pronounced dead at the scene. Prosecutors argued that she had a toxic relationship with Dominic Russo and had threatened him before. She had made multiple threats toward him, threatened to crash her vehicle when she was driving with him because she was upset over a disagreement they had. Listen, you never know who you're with, I guess.
What?
I guess they I don't know what the nature of the disagreement was, but people had heard her say that she was going to crash her car with him in it. And that's not good when you end up going on trial for murder. And the judge there, of course, excoriating her for saying that, obviously the defense is that it was an accident, blah, 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 But she had the misfortune of being 18 when it happened last year. And, of course, she's 19 now getting.
Is that life?
I'm sure they'll probably go for life.
Sounds like essentially.
She's going to get sentenced on Monday. Yeah, but again, I don't. I hadn't heard about this story.
How are, like, I just try to imagine that from her parents' point of view. Because you love your kid no matter what,
Of course.
right? Even if they're a murderer.
Well, yeah,
like,
you have to hope it's going to go your way. And you figure with like a vehicular case like that, mentally, you could get your head around not thinking that she did it on purpose. It's not like she stabbed them to death or I don't know. That's cold comfort for the families of the boys. But again, I hadn't even heard of that until it was on all of the news channels last night. Cleveland, obviously Cleveland, but like I saw it on like national news and I hadn't seen it. Hold on, burp.
No, you're not.
Huh?
No, you're not.
I know.
You're not
But
gonna burp.
I'd really like to. Sorry. I'm trying.
No, you're trying.
I'm not trying to be
Yeah,
gross.
You're
trying to.
trying to burp.
You can leave us messages whenever you like. Our Alan Cox Show After Hours line will take your voicemails. It's 216-986-8903.
Hey, Mike from Parma here. Not the Mike from Parma, but a Mike from Parma. Listening to Tuesday's show, you guys are talking about the iguanas at the Winking Lizards, and my neighbors actually just adopted the one from the Independence Winking Lizard.
Whoa.
His name is Pickles. He's huge, but they got a pretty nice setup for him in his basement. Take the kids over there to see him all the time, and yeah, pretty cool. Hate the show.
Hey, look at that.
There you go.
They're sending those iguanas out, getting them adopted from the Winking Lizards. I wonder what did they say yesterday when we were talking about it? The Avon location still has theirs, or maybe the last couple that are going to send them out. I think the one down here got rid of theirs. That was the one you worked at, or used to be?
I worked at
the
the one at the
downtown one?
Galleria.
And yours was named what? Oh, you didn't know the name.
I don't remember. We didn't have it for long. And then there was one at the Gateway location, which is the one across the street from us on the other side on Prospect, but that closed during the pandemic.
And you didn't have the iguana for long. Why? It passed away, or it just got transferred to another location?
I don't remember. That was host stand stuff, Alan. I was behind the bar. Okay?
Was there like an iguana exchange program among the Winking Lizard locations? And did people feel disappointed
You're asking too many questions.
or misled when said lizard would not wink?
No.
Because isn't the logo for the Winking Lizard like kind of a, it looks like a dapper kind of.
It's a profile shot of a lizard in a suit, and he's a winking.
Yeah, he's got a
top
suit.
hat, right?
Well,
Right.
he doesn't have a top hat.
Oh,
No,
should.
but he's
He's
got
got
a
a
suit
top
on,
hat.
like a bow tie or something.
Yeah.
Was there ever any call to use the iguanas to replicate that?
No.
Maybe it would have kept him around a little bit longer.
Yeah. He's not winking. He's like.
No, I
smirking.
understand, but in lieu of a lizard winking, which you can't do unless you like glue one eye shut, that's just going to get Pete on your ass, is make it look sharp.
Who's Pete?
PETA,
Oh,
the kid from the Hunger Games, Bill.
I know who PETA is.
He's
I
got
thought
a
you said
real
Pete.
he's got a real hard on for people who mistreat
An
lizards.
iguana saved his life in the Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm.
It's along those lines. I heard from one of our bureau chiefs in the great state of Minnesota sent me a story about a place called the Walker Art Center. And this was a story, I think that was on some conservative news site or something, part of the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the Walker Art Center. This right-wing website is mad because they've gotten millions of dollars in taxpayer funds, and they're holding a tongue-in-cheek demon summoning session for families. And they didn't like this at all. Demons have a bad reputation, but maybe we're just not very good at getting to know them, the description says. Now, this is in a time, by the way, and this is how you know how deeply blue of a state Minnesota is that this is happening in a time where there are other states that don't want kids to learn history or know that there are gay people or that slaves weren't in a jobs program. This is really at the opposite end of the spectrum. But they're just kind of goofing around, and they said, oh, it's bring your families and blah, blah, blah.
That's kind of what I was telling Mary. Like, you can be haunted even by demons, and it doesn't mean the demons are going to be mean.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess.
This is part of an art project from a Minnesota artist who said that this artist was able to conjure a demon when she was at a residency and had been spending her days and nights at a haunted firehouse making knots and having just found out that she was pregnant.
Mm.
And so this website complains because this is such a left-wing agenda, but they're clearly being tongue-in-cheek about it. And one of our bureau chiefs, I asked the person who sent this to me, I said, please attend this and give me some more information on it, because you might have no interest in either jokingly or otherwise summoning demons, but, you know, you still could walk through the sculpture garden, right?
Yeah.
I mean, these art centers, it's like free on Saturdays, and come on. And if there's an artist there who's like, hey, I'm making little demon traps, it did ever occur to anybody, it might be something that would make like a scared little kid feel better. Hey, you're something, you know, you afraid of the dark, or you worried there's something in there?
Demon trap.
There's something.
Trap it.
Yeah, trap it.
Pop it.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, Ghost Bag?
I don't know who that is.
Oh.
Bill, is it?
Yeah.
Shut up, Bill.
This isn't Ghost Bag?
No.
Sound like Ghost Bag.
I heard some summoning going on, and so I was just checking in.
Oh, that's probably Mary.
I didn't summon him.
Who summoned me?
There's traps for your demons up here, but not all your summons.
You should see my traps.
Yeah?
I have been working out nonstop.
A lot of shoulder shrugs.
Oh my God. Thick. Thick. Yep. Wait till you see me next time.
When do you plan on coming back?
Oh no, you'll see me. I won't see you.
What?
I'm gonna see you
You're
in
gonna see
about
me.
35 years. You're pretty good at math, right?
Yeah.
I heard you're real good at math.
I'll be 68.
Yep. How old would you be if you lived 1 year longer?
69.
Nice.
So just hold off for a minute.
And,
He's not in
and
charge of that. That's God. That's your fate.
what's
I
up?
don't know.
Yeah.
God kills people, not the
I
devil.
thought
That's
Satan killed people
right.
too.
No, he just
No.
tortures them after they die. God does all the killing.
I stand in front of people and then they tell me to get behind them. And then I get behind them. And then I do terrible, terrible things to them.
What about when you get rebuked?
Yeah, you don't get a lot of that anymore. I don't get a whole lot of rebuking.
What if I do it right now?
Go ahead.
Satan, I rebuke you.
It
Wait a minute, it doesn't work?
does sound good though. I like that word. It's a great word. Rebuke.
What if I just buke you?
Try it.
Satan, I'm buking you.
I gotta tell you, I don't feel anything. Maybe a little tingle on the buking,
All right, well,
but nothing on the
this is
rebuke.
these damn condoms.
Well, that and, you know, inflation is still a thing. Listen, I thought somebody summoned me. I'm so sorry. I was taking time out of my day to check in with you guys because I thought somebody summoned me.
Well, there is an artist that's doing demon traps. Is that something you're worried about? Getting all your demons trapped in
I'm
an
not
art
worried
museum?
about that. Nope. I would be worried if I got my nuts trapped in a museum. I am not.
Me too, brother. Me too.
I can conjure all the demons I need.
Oh, okay.
I'm not worried about that. I
You
think
have
it sounds
endless
nice,
demons?
actually. Endless demons, yes.
Wow, like breadsticks.
Yes. At many occasions, people have called hell. It's just like the Olive Garden. In many, many ways.
And you're
Yes.
here, your family.
That's right. And when you come down here, you have done something terrible to your family. So there's...
Like take them to the Olive Garden.
Take them. You see where I'm going. That's
Yep.
right. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that
Okay.
I got stuff to do. I got to get ready for Poundcake in about 40 years.
Hey, I got 40 years.
Longer than
Oh,
me.
yeah, I thought he was 35. He got an extension?
Yeah, he did. He got an extension.
Did he earn it by doing good things?
Hell no.
No.
Mary.
I'm
come
just
on.
asking.
You know who he is.
Never know.
Also, God kills people,
Oh.
not Satan.
I don't do that. Nope. I just collect them. He kills them, and then he decides where they go.
Yeah.
And a lot of them get down here with me, and that's okay. I have plenty of room. So I'm just preparing for Poundcake in 40 years.
That's what's up.
Yeah. You'll spend eternity reading that Jared Kushner book, so I hope you enjoy it.
Oh, and it can't be hell then.
Well, all the pictures will be torn out.
Oh. Wow.
You're
There it is.
evil.
And say one for the throat on that one.
Oh, boy. All right. Maybe that's why we have so many flies. What are
Is
they
it
showing?
Satan?
Yes.
All
they
the sulfur?
Whatever. But I mean, they show every time there's the devil in movies, it's always flies.
I
and
said
it's,
that.
Did you? You said because of the devil?
I said that it's
Look,
a
it's
bad
haunted,
omen.
yeah.
That flies never mean anything good. That flies represent something bad is coming.
Oh.
I've
Okay.
been saying that the whole time. Nobody listens to me.
Mm.
You guys think I just don't know anything, and I know so much.
I definitely know that you don't know what percentage of $1,050 million is.
5.
But no. But then.
Yes, it is.
Huh?
It's 5.
Listen, we've moved on. The point is, you could be right. You might be right that somebody left me a message and go, hey, depending on what was in that space before you guys, there might be drains under the floor. Oh. Here's what I think. I just happened upon this morning on one of these scientific nerd accounts that I follow. Now, this requires some effort on our part, but it might be worth looking into. Fruit flies, if they see dead flies, there are scientists doing studies on whether or not insects can recognize or have any association with, can recognize something in their own species that is dead. And they're determining that fruit flies, if they know a fly is dead, that will shorten their life. So all we got to do is
look what happened to Jim.
Right. I'll play this little clip here for you. Oop, hold on.
Once the animals are inside, they can go one way or another, which scientists use to get information about what the animals prefer. The researchers found that when one of the arms had only live flies and the other had live flies plus dead ones, the living flies avoided the side with the dead flies as much as they could. Basically, simply perceiving dead flies was enough to speed up their aging and make them die sooner.
Make them die sooner. Just knowing there's dead flies near them. So what we do is, when we swat these flies, because there's little gnats in here too.
We got to send a message.
That's right.
Leave
so
the
we'll,
bodies.
Yep, we'll set them on the ledge or something, and then when they go over to check them out, we will be shortening their lives. It's quite an ingenious plan, if you ask me.
I like it.
It does require us to collect fly corpses, but I'll delegate that to Cody. It'll be all right. All right, I've got a break here. I want to go to that Baby Clock tour. It's Baby Metal, those Japanese gals, and Death Clock from Metalocalypse, an animated band, yeah, but they'll have accompaniment with them, and it's one of the weirder tours this summer, but they're coming to play the Agora. It's September the 6th, and if you want to go, I will hook up after the break.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio app and your favorite smart device. Just tell it to play the Alan Cox Show.
On iHeartRadio.
Get ready